Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to the G.N.W show. I'm Karen Donovan, your host, and tonight we have some fun in store for you to create some true happiness in your life. And we also have our trivia question, as well as our real estate corner with some answers to your burning questions. So I'm glad you joined us tonight. Thank you for dropping in. Let's get started with strategies for a happy life. So if you are getting our Monday morning wake up newsletter, then you know that I started a new series on happiness. Because I started thinking, there's basically there's probably like a whole bunch of different kinds of happiness, but we're talking about true happiness versus, I don't know, I guess you would call it fleeting happiness. Sometimes you're really up and you go, man, it's going to be a great day. This is happening. And then as the day goes on, that feeling kind of wanes a little bit because something got in the way of your happiness. That would be fleeting happiness, as opposed to true happiness, which is maybe like taking action on things that really matter to you and are valuable and worthy, or you consider to be valuable and worthy. So, how did I get started on this? Well, my husband Joe is responsible because he turned me on to a book called The Happiness Trap. And I thought, that's an interesting title. Maybe I would like to know more about the happiness trap. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Actually, it turns out that getting trapped by happiness is not exactly a good thing. But true happiness, of course, the pursuit of worthy and valuable goals and things like that, those things that bring true happiness are worth pursuing. So we talk about good feelings versus pursuing something that's worthy and meaningful in our lives. And a lot of times people get kind of pulled off track because they're always searching for the next high. Might not necessarily be drugs, although some people seek happiness in that way, unfortunately. But there are that we all look for, and we should enjoy those things. I mean, unexpected gifts and vacations and, pleasure and things that you're looking forward to. Those are all great things. But what happens when in your life a little rain falls and things start to go amiss? You were happily on your way to work and boom, somebody hit your bumper, or, something happened. You were with friends and then someone came along and said something that wasn't very nice and made and brought you down. So I got to thinking about happiness because, people over the years have called me, Little Miss Sunshine, or, cheerful like that, enthusiastic. And, part of it is, I agree, it's just your nature, how you were brought up, what your personality type is. But on the other hand, I got to thinking about a song that I heard a long time ago and it popped into my mind, and I thought I'd share it with you because we're into a little music here. Some of those things make us happy. And then the name of the song is Garden Party. Okay? So you went to a garden party, and I wanted to reminisce with my old friends, a chance to show old musicians and memories and play our songs again. When I got to the garden party, they all knew my name, but not one recognized me. I didn't look the same. But it's all right now. I learned my lesson well. You can't please anyone unless you please yourself. And that song was sung by Ricky Nelson, of all people. And it kind of just popped into my mind tonight. And I thought, I wonder why he wrote that song. I wonder where that came from. You can't please anyone until you please yourself. Well, if you know the story about Ricky Nelson, you know he sang back in the day rock and roll. And then a little while later, he started singing country music. Oh my gosh. The rock and roll people were not happy at all. And he was in Madison Square Garden, and apparently he got booed off the stage for singing country music. Can you believe that? So I think that's where that song came from. You can't please anyone until you learn to please yourself. And that's what it's all about. So what do we do to pursue happiness and get to the point where we can be happy, truly happy in our lives without depending on fleeting happiness? Fleeting happiness is going to come and go, but how do we do that? And so it is learning to please ourselves, learning to know what our values are. I mean, I got a chance to do this little quiz, and it's very interesting. You take all of your values and you grade them. It's like a multiple choice, and you grade them, and then you decide what your top 5 values are. So if you live your life, trying to work towards your values and setting up goals and plans based on your values, then guess what? I think you have a good shot at being truly happy and not just trying to be following that fleeting happiness. So I want to end this segment with a little kind of like technique that was mentioned to me by somebody who's pretty intelligent. And this is what he said. He said, first, notice what's going on around you. Okay, this is to be, truly happy. Notice what's going on around you. Accept it for what it is. Detach yourself from any parts of it that are real downers, and then get back on track, your track. And so we could set up a little phrase to go with that. It's continue to act on your track and the feeling will come back. Continue to act on your track and the feeling will come back. I kind of like that. So let's give it a shot and see if we can notice in our lives this week about the difference between that fleeting happiness and the true happiness of knowing that you are working toward pleasing yourself. Because when you please yourself in a good way, you are pleasing other people as well, and you're helping them. All right, that's our strategies for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. And now on to a burning question that you might have been wondering about. So, you all know, if you've ever watched this show before, that we do have a segment where we try to answer a real estate question or two. And tonight's question that was asked to me was kind of apropos for our topic tonight about happiness. And the question is, what makes a happy home? Now, I have some interesting statistics to share with you. Number one, did you know that 15% of overall happiness is attributed to having a happy home? Now, that's not a whole heck of a lot, but I mean, I'll take it, right? 15%. And of that 15%, when people have a happy home, 73% of those people have a happy life. And since we talk about strategies for a happy life, I think that fits right in. Now, how do you create a happy home? Because it's not like having a super duper place, an elegant mansion or, like crazy, wonderful, beautiful, balmy waterfront property. No, nothing like that. It's about creating the space in your house so that you can be happy. And I've got 3 points that I want to share with you about making a happy home. All right. Number 1 is to decide on putting things in your house that make you happy, laugh, enjoy, feel cozy, give you those feelings. So that's number 1, is concentrate on putting things in your house that will make you feel happy. All right. Well, that's kind of logical, isn't it? Duh. All right. Number 2 is kind of along those same lines. Pick a project. Now, one example was maybe like if I don't know, if you go on vacations and you dig vacations and they make you happy, or you have family occasions that get-togethers and those things make you happy, frame some pictures of those things and make a collage in your hallway or something like that. You be like us, we have our anniversary pictures in there. All right. And then when you walk by, or when a guest walks by, it makes them feel good too, because they see that you enjoy that. All right. Now, number 3, it's celebrate that discovery of what it is that makes you happy, and treasure it and share it with other people. So if you have a place in your house that you've, chosen, one room, for example, and you have, nice seating set up or some plants set up, once you get that all done, invite some friends over. Have a glass of wine or something. Enjoy yourselves and share that with friends. So that's how to have a happy home. And just a few tips. I'm sure there's a lot more. If you have anything you'd like to share, shoot me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'd love to share that on our next show. Thanks very much. And now on to the happiest part of our night right now. Awesome. Now, if you all have joined us before, you know that each week we just have a little fun and do a trivia question. And we provide an answer tonight, but the question is in our Monday Morning Wake Up blog newsletter, which you can get a free copy of. Now, you say, Karen, how can I do that if I don't get it already? And I say, well, just send me an email at karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I will be glad to send you a copy. No obligation, and it kind of starts your week off with some fun for your week. And then we kind of continue that on Wednesday, and we just have fun all through the whole week because we're happy. Now, tonight, our trivia question is about happy people and where do they live. And we wanted to know, we were curious about where in the United States is the city that has the happiest people. And you say, well, how do you determine, who's happy and who isn't happy? And I say, well, I didn't determine it, but a study did. And this study, which I can send you if you'd like to read more, because I'm going to probably butcher it, but they basically did a study it was actually a study of men, but I think it would apply to women too. And they graded these categories: rates of depression, mental health, community, how the community was, what kind of a community was around, what things were there to do, financial well-being, home ownership and housing, what the environment was like, and the physical health of the people, like how healthy they were. Okay, so that was kind of like the gradation that they decided on who had the happiest city. All right, now, I stumped a lot of people this week, and it was fun because, see, the way it works is in our Monday Morning Wake Up blog, there's an entry form that you can guess the trivia question in. And so what happened was several people, sent in the answer on the entry form, and they had a good guess because these are the top 4. So I guess, it's kind of hard to judge between 1 and 2. But without further ado, here are our selections. Which city has the happiest people? A, Raleigh, North Carolina. B, Lincoln, Nebraska. C, Madison, Wisconsin. Or D, Portland, Maine. Now, the first thought I thought of was weather. And I thought, the only one that is in the warmer part of the country is Raleigh, North Carolina. But if you guess Raleigh, North Carolina as the number 1 happy place, you are wrong. And then I thought, maybe it could be Madison, Wisconsin, Portland, Maine. It's pretty cold up there. And those areas have a lot of happy people for different reasons. But the correct answer is Lincoln, Nebraska, where Johnny Carson comes from. Well, Johnny Carson was kind of a happy guy at the time, I guess. But anyway, now let me tell you about why Lincoln, Nebraska is the happiest city. It is because it scored high on all of those characteristics that I mentioned earlier. And it also has miles of trails and public pools and free golf. Whoa, you golfers, take note. And spending at least, and it says spending at least 120 minutes weekly in nature is linked to improved well-being. Well, I believe that because I walk every morning, and if the weather's good, I'm walking outside. So that is the numero uno, Happy City, Lincoln, Nebraska. Don't forget to go. Is that on your list of happy places to go visit? I don't know. But anyway, the other ones all were 2, 3, and 4 on the list. So I don't want to know what the least happy cities were, because I don't want those people to feel bad. But anyway, that's our trivia question for tonight. Now, if you'd like to get our newsletter every morning, and it's got some food for thought, and it's got a little things to lift you up for your Monday, and including some music from our musicologist, Mike Riccio, and all kinds of cool stuff, I think you like it. Send me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll shoot you out a complimentary copy. No obligation. And if you would like to join us, we'll be here again next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. for the G.N.W show. And until then, make it a great rest of the week. Bye.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell